Greetings, fellow beings. It's me again. Now, before we get started, let's pause and have a little disclaimer. I in no way claim to be qualified enough to be an art instructor of most kinds. These videos are purely made because I enjoy them and wish to share my art journey with you. We good? Okay, this conscience is clear. Back to the painting. You may have noticed in the very beginning of these, there's a really ugly, scribbly sketch first. It's literally just a pic of my sketchbook page. That's because I still prefer to sketch or scribble on real paper first. It just feels so much nicer. And when it comes to said paper sketch, I'm gonna be honest, half the time the process is like a messy stream of consciousness. Maybe in a later video I'll show you the sloppy thinking process. Maybe. In this case, this art concept for the feeling of freedom has actually been with me for quite a while. Albeit the composition has evolved since, this generally is still closely related to the original idea. The original plan was a person playing a piano, and that piano was all twisted in the sky, and as I sketched it again and again, it transformed into what you see here.
But Ash, why did you call it freedom? Why this? Why that? Blah, 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 blah.
At the end of the whole process, and it came to naming this piece, I really had to think back all the way to when I first thought about it. It's named Freedom because when the idea first came, I used to practice music a lot. I don't think I was even married yet. Yeah, I lived with my parents. My bedroom actually had a keyboard, 3 or 4 guitars, an old drum set. It was actually kind of rusty. A broken violin, a guitar amp. I was. Between college, chores, church, and a part-time job, I loved to practice on my downtime. My guitar especially. There was so much going on in my life at that time, and my escape of choice was music. I did do other things like play video games, skateboard, and paint, but music was the thing I did for the most part. Singing and playing all by myself was pure bliss. I could literally feel everything bad just fade away. Reminds me of my first sip of coffee at 6 years old. You know, now that I think of it, for that matter, the instrument in this piece could have been any instrument. Maybe other versions of this can happen. I need to write this down. Okay.
Noted for later use.
And I mean, I feel like the other components of this piece are self-explanatory. You got pretty clouds, and she's above the clouds. Maybe she did. And the chains out of her back turning into little birds flying away into the pretty sky. I know, I use chains a lot in my pictures. For 2 reasons. First, it's my favorite representation of some form of bondage, whether it be physical, mental, or spiritual. And 2, they're so much fun to paint. Really, I love painting them. Anywho, that's it. That's how all this came to happen. I'm gesturing my hands to the whole screen right now. I hope you all enjoy the time lapse. Anyways, thank you again for stopping by, for listening to me ramble. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Laters.